our final problem in our review, problem 7, a recipe for a smoothie calls for 5 cups of strawberries for every 2 cups of bananas. The line represents the relationship between the amount of strawberries and the amount of bananas needed to make a smoothie according to this recipe. The point 1, comma 2.5 is on the line. So A, label the axes appropriately. Drag and drop each card to the correct location. All right, so before we do that, I just, for myself, this is my Y axis and this is my X axis. You don't have to do this. Okay, so here's my question that I want to think about. Up here in the smoothie recipe, which ingredients do you need more of in the recipe? Yeah, we need 5 cups of strawberries for the recipe, and we need 2 cups of bananas for the recipe. So that means we need more strawberries than bananas. And that's just something to think about. I find that helpful because then we can come down here to the point that they have given us. Okay, 1, comma 2.5. So remember the first number is the X and the second number is the Y. So if this represents strawberries and bananas, 1 is smaller than 2.5. So 1 it represents, or the X, whoa, come back. The X represents the bananas. Oh, my computer is going wonky. Super fun. Okay. And then obviously strawberries is going to be here on the Y. Okay. Write an equation that represents the proportional relationship between strawberries and bananas. Okay, so here's where, if you're a little confused on that whole equation thing. So first of all, the basic equation itself is y equals k times x. And remember back to the lesson, all we are filling in is the value for k. Okay, it's kind of like, think of it as like when you were in grade school and you would have to like fill in the box, right? Okay, fill in the blank. So what goes right there? Well, remember that, boom, our k value is the constant of proportionality. K is the constant of proportionality. So we want to figure out what that is. We don't have to because they actually tell us that information. If they didn't, we would have to use a calculator and figure it out. But it's right here. Okay, our constant of proportionality is right here. When you've got 1 here in the X, the Y value, if it's a proportional relationship, that tells you the constant of proportionality. So every 1 cup of bananas, you're going to put in 2.5 cups of strawberries. Like it gives us up here. 2 cups of bananas is 5 cups of strawberries. 3 cups of bananas would be 7.5 cups of strawberries. That's a lot of strawberries. Okay, so our K is the constant of proportionality. We find that here next to the 1. So our constant of proportionality is 2.5. And so we are putting 2.5 next to the X. So the equation, Y equals our constant of proportionality, 2.5 times X. And explain the meaning of the point 1, comma 2.5 in terms of the situation. Okay. The 1, comma 2.5 means that there is 1 cup of bananas for every 2.5 cups of strawberries in the smoothie recipe. And you can phrase this differently. It doesn't have to be word for word like mine. Just that you know what it means. The 1 is represents the cups of bananas. The 2.5 represents the cups of strawberries, and every banana, 1 banana added adds 2.5 cups of strawberries. And there you go.